Eagle 2, everybody. This is a really exciting occasion. I'm just going to make some brief remarks and hand it off to Kenny Hinkes here, the developer on the property. And we'll hear some remarks from our Director of Aviation, Richard McCurley, and Mayor Keller has joined us as well. So we're very excited to kick this project off and celebrate a new era for Double Eagle 2. So I'll go ahead and hand it off to Mr. Kenny Hinkes. He's the man of the hour.
Thank you, Manny. Everybody hear me? Do you all want to come in a little closer? Can you? There you go. Well, this is a very auspicious occasion. I'm here today with my son, Jack. Jack and I are High Flying Hangers. We're the development team behind the project. And I'd like you to join us in welcoming Mayor Tim Keller and Richard McCurley. I know that we must be doing something right here this morning because the mayor has a big ball this afternoon and he's got plenty to do, and for him to come out here even for a few minutes means a great deal. So thank you, Tim. I appreciate it. So I'm driving here this morning and I'm thinking about speaking to you all, and my wife always says I talk too much and try to keep it 5 minutes or less. What is a groundbreaking? And why are we here over airplane hangars? I mean, what's the big deal, airplane hangars? Well, a groundbreaking is two things, the way I see it. One is it's to inform the community about something that's significant, that's important, that has a positive impact on the lives, the culture, the economy of a community. Not everyone can always be up to date on what's going on, and I think groundbreaking ceremonies like this, with the kind cooperation of the press, is a big megaphone and lets the community know that something important is going on. And the other thing that a groundbreaking does is it provides a chance to recognize those people who are important, who were instrumental, who had a great deal to do with facilitating something like this. And so that's what I'm going to try to do, which is to inform and recognize. I'm just going to say, if you had asked me 4 years ago, what's the big deal with airplane hangars? I would have said, I have no clue. They're pretty boring. Until Jack and I, and his friend Danny, decided they wanted to learn to fly. I've been an active aviator for 53 years and a flight instructor. And I said, yeah, if you guys want to buy a little trainer, I'll teach you to fly. And so after Jack and Danny looked at 1,000 airplanes, we settled on this little red Skyhawk, which is the inspiration of our logo. And it was because we acquired the plane that we then needed to find shelter. And we discovered very quickly that airplane hangars are at a premium, that there's waiting lists virtually at every General Aviation airport in the country, and here at Double Eagle. Being a real estate developer, I naturally thought, well, this can't be that hard to build a few airplane hangars. Jack says, come on, Dad, let's go over to the city and let's talk about building hangars. And they couldn't have been nicer. I mean, everybody at the city knew about this 25 acres and wanted hangar development, and so they were very encouraging. But we soon learned that it's a complicated beast to try to navigate the FAA and the city and lenders and banks and title companies to bring all of those people together so that we have a form that makes sense, that lets us break through and actually develop a project like this. And so Kendrick Dane, this is a family affair today, my stepson, who's a brilliant attorney, sat me and Jack down and said, look, let me explain how complicated this is. And so we kind of puzzled it out. And with Kendrick's help, we were able to kind of navigate the sand traps on the golf course that are the biggest impediment to hangar development nationwide. So when I say that this is significant, every band wants to be on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine, right? The Beatles and the Stones. And this week, Jack and I got to be on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine when Lisa DeFries, who's here today, Lisa, thank you, Lisa is the publisher of Flying Magazine, which is the largest print and online media publication for general aviation in the world. And we were honored, we all, everyone here, Mayor, were honored to have Double Eagle Airport in the city of Albuquerque show the country how to get it done. Little Albuquerque, New Mexico is able to show the country how to get it done. And it's no small feat for Lisa to take time out of her very busy schedule. Are you in Chattanooga, Lisa? To come from Chattanooga this morning, to be here to witness this. This is a very important thing. What's going on here can open up, through our example, can open up opportunities all over the country for increasing the utility of general aviation. With that said, this could not happen without the leadership of the mayor and his director, McCurley. We needed to innovate, we needed to cooperate. When you look at a lease, the city has leases with FedEx and with Amazon and Eclipse, and then you sit Kenny and Jack down. Well, that lease doesn't work for us. We're tiny, you know. We don't have treasury. And so to be able to educate Richard's team, Peter Perotti and Brent Chapman and Manny and so many other talented people on what it looks like from our side of the equation to build something on a public airport. I can't thank enough his team, because they had an open mind. They were willing to discuss difficult issues, I would say, and look for consensus, and we were able to get it done. And so I want to introduce my friend, Richard McCurley. Richard has an enormous job running the aviation department. If you can imagine Sunport, try to run it's like running a whole city. And for him to have time to be able to collaborate and innovate with us to build this project is a huge thing. It's not a little thing. And so, Richard, thank you so much. Come on up, and I'm sorry I took so much of the morning.
Thank you, Kenny. So I look back a few years ago when I took over as the director of aviation, looking at the two airports. I was looking at Double Eagle 2 and seeing, what was the growth pattern here? And it just came to, realization that we need hangars out here. So we were having the initial talks about building hangars, and where you call it serendipity, fate, are just happening. Kenny called us and said, we'd like to talk to you about hangar development at Double Eagle 2. And so from that day one, that enthusiasm and that Zoom call, going all the way to this point where we're going to be breaking ground is incredible. Just the synergy, the energy of it has been enormous. I got to thank Kenny for partnering with us. High Flying Hangars, it's going to be a win-win for all of us. The pilots who live in the area, to the businesses that will develop out here. This is going to be a win-win situation for all of us. GA airports are ideal locations for the businesses. You look at the businesses that come to the airports, you have the maintenance facilities, you have the FBOs, then you get into the business that house there. Here we have, of course, the firefighting the firefighting for the forest fires work out of here. We have emergency medical that flies out of here. We also have military operations. And then we have our medical flights, and we also have the law enforcement flights that come out of here. And so we have a lot of activity coming out of here. So it was really important that we looked at developing. And so this is the first step, working with Kenny. We see additional growth happening in the future here. The aircraft in these hangars will also have access to routine maintenance, fuel, and services out here, because we have the FBO out here. So they'll be able to partner up and provide those services. It's a great opportunity for Double Eagle to grow. We look forward to this growth. We believe that this will be the first of investments out here. High Flying Hangars will continue to unfold in the coming years. We'll see additional growth out here, as this will stimulate the growth and development of businesses out here. And we look to a new chapter in the development of the growth of Double Eagle 2. I want to thank everybody so much for being out here. I want to thank Kenny. I want to thank Jack. This has been a great journey, and it's coming to fruition. Thank you so much. And now I'll hand it. And now, Mayor.
All right, well, good morning, everyone. It is wonderful to be out here at Double Eagle. For me, and I appreciate so much, number one, like none of this happens without our partners. And yeah, we'll take care of this. Okay. Stand by here. Okay, I think that should be good enough. But none of this happens without our partners. And first and foremost, Kenny Hinkes, thank you on behalf of the city for believing in Albuquerque and for believing in Double Eagle too. Thank you. We also know that, I was born and raised here, right? And I think a lot of us have been here a long time, and a lot of people don't even know about Double Eagle.
That's right.
And so one of the reasons why I wanted to be here today is to make sure that we remind the public and each other of the value and the tremendous asset that we have out here at Double Eagle. And I love that Aviation is here, magazine, because, thank you for actually taking time as well, and because we have, I think, a lot of potential here, and it's fortuitous that I was going to speak about a little of that today, so I'm glad that you're here. And after laughing at your Rolling Stones joke, and the Mayor's Ball is later today, so is the Pantera concert, so I'm sure I'll see you all there later, those of you who even know who that is. But anyway, so out here today, look, we have for us something. When I came into office, and Richard knows this, we decided, number one, at Aviation, we're going to hire, at City Aviation, we're going to hire actual aviation experts. And, no disrespect to what else we could hire, but I will tell you, I am grateful, right? Richard came from Houston Hobby. We've got another folks from Houston Hobby. We have folks from BWI. And then we have an awesome business development director with Manny Manriquez. So we have a professional team at the aviation department. And when you combine that with local partners, these are the kind of projects we can pull off. So let's give the aviation team also a quick round of applause. Now, one of the reasons why we wanted to hire professionals into these roles is because we see great potential out here at Double Eagle. And I will tell you, it usually doesn't make the papers, but I think at least half a dozen times I have been out here with some gigantic company trying to bring 1,000 jobs here. And we're always right outside Sam's, or we're on the other end, and we're scoping out the land. And it's because of, runway access and available land. That is extremely rare in America, and we have it in abundance here. And relatively speaking, we have a great airfield. And so this combines for a strong economic development thesis. And it's something that we know exists and we actively market. Now, we haven't sort of landed the fish, we haven't reeled them in. Mostly just, I think it's not lost to anyone here, it has to do with industrial strength utilities, right? That's our weakness. And so we're trying to figure out how to do that. But I want you to know we haven't forgotten that. But in the meantime, we want to build core airfield operations. And that's why this is so important. Every single one of these planes represents a family, represents a business. And it's actually much more than that individual plane, right? It's the people that are going to be flying in it each and every day when it's in use. And especially for those who do commercial flights, right? That often means different business opportunities for our city. So there's a strong multiplier effect for private aviation. We know that. And that's also why we want to grow it. I also know that we're in a steep competition with Santa Fe in this particular market, and we're going to beat them at economic development, just like we have for the last 300 years. They might have us on culture and some other things. We'll give them that. I'm going to Zozobra tomorrow also. So they've got that. But we are not going to cede private aviation to Santa Fe just because they have the opera. We are gonna develop it right here at Double Eagle and also out at the Sunport. And that also goes with our FBOs. I know some of them are here too, but we want to expand those operations. They're absolutely critical. So our door is open. We're going to continue investing. And for us, we know that Double Eagle 2 represents the future of Albuquerque. I am sure that 20 mayors have said that. But I know there's ebbs and flows. There was the deal. Originally the Sunport, when I was a kid, was going to move here. I actually remember that. But now we know what's happening across America. And America says big cities can have 2 airports. And so Albuquerque says that too. And that's why I believe now is the time for all growth at Double Eagle 2. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. And again, just say thank you to everyone out here. Also, I did want to say this is the first development in 25 years. That's not really a good thing, but I'm glad we're doing it now. And I think it's the first of many. And also, we haven't forgotten, I think next year we are repaving the taxi runways. So we are going to continue investing in this airport. So thank you so much, and God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, Richard, Kenny. Really, on point remarks about what this development means to Double Eagle 2, to the city of Albuquerque. So we're just really thrilled to be able to celebrate it with you. So to continue the celebration, we're going to move this operation over here where we have some shovels awaiting us for the official groundbreaking.
Correct.
All right.
And Art is going to move his plane forward. Look how light this thing is.
Don't push it too fast, it'll fly. Wow. You have our home. Manny, I've got you. Richard.
I got pose here for a second.
You know, this is a home-built airplane. It's not a
Yeah, someone made this idea.
from a kid.
Well, it's awesome.
That's what our experimental aircraft is.
I can't even believe, like, to fly something home built. That's a real confidence
Very cool.
for the builders and the pilots. Yeah. Yeah, I know this is
Isn't great? No, thank you.
We have a Art hat with your name on it.
Yeah, we're all labeled with names.
We've got
There's here.
Mayor here, Richard here.
Richard, you're. Oh, sorry. You have a right here.
Cool. Kenny. Sure.
Jesse. I know you're here somewhere. Jesse, you've got a hard hat over here.
Congrats on this, you guys.
And Loli,
I'm so glad because I get reports.
right here. Thank you.
And every time I'm like, I see your face on your report. When are we actually going to
Kenny, are you going to orchestrate us?
Sure, we'll do a countdown.
Countdown sounds good.
So,
Is it the final countdown?
oh, good one. You're up. Third grade was great. All right, so let's do from 3 backwards, okay? Want to grab your shovel there?
Yeah.
Kind of get ready?
I think the way to do it is take a scoop.
Take a scoop.
Okay, and then all right, we can do that.
Yeah, everybody.
Load your scoop here.
Yeah, there you go. And
All right.
that's the picture.
Okay,
That's the money shot.
3, 2, 1. And hopefully the dust doesn't blow up. One time it blew right back
Do you
in
need
my
another
face.
one?
Oh, sorry about that.
Let's do 2. We need to do it again? Yep. Are we good? Let's do one more.
One more?
All right.
All right.
Keep the dust low. 3, 2, 1.